What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Dylan Talks Tone. Welcome to, what are we calling this thing now? I don't know, new stuff. We're going to go through some new stuff this week. I'm going to show you some of my stuff. I'm going to show you some other stuff that I found. And if you found any new stuff, put that in the comments as well. I've got a couple of links in the description for you to check some of this new stuff out afterwards. If you want, if you use those links, it does help out the channel. It doesn't cost you any money, but it does help out the channel. So everybody wins. Thanks for hanging out. And let's just jump straight into this thing. First of all, we have a bunch of stuff at Dylan Talks Tone. Our Saturday drop went out on Saturday, obviously, because that's what day a Saturday drop would go out. And if you scroll down here to the Saturday drop in the pickup vault, you're going to see a couple of really fun new things. Let's get the fun merch out of the way first. We've got the new The Conspiracy is Real limited edition Dylan Talks Tone t-shirt with the Sasquatch and the alien on it. I think that's really cool. We've also got the new So Metal t-shirt with the Angry Unicorn, which I absolutely freaking love. And then the other new, let's see. The other new thing is we've got the OG emblem hat. So the Dylan pickups.com OG hat. That's what our logo used to look like. So there's that. And then on the pickup side of life, these are really cool. So we've got a clear topped flat 6 Telecaster pickup. We used to make these like 10 years ago. And so we're making some of them now. And they're pretty cool. We've got a few, I think we've got enough material to do a couple of more sets of these in stock. And let's see. Then there's the tortoiseshell ones too, which are really cool. We've got a little bit more material left. We've sold some of these already, but we can make a couple more sets of those as well. So check that stuff out. It's not going to be around very long. Once this stuff goes out of stock, we typically don't actually stock it. So that's that from my side of the land. Let's see. Let me run back here really quick and say hello to everybody, see how everybody's doing. See, we got a bunch of folks in here. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about Gibson stuff because there was some new Gibson stuff this week. And then I've also ran across one other thing that I want to share with you, a couple of things that I want to share with you on the entry-level side of life and the guitar modding side of life that I think you're going to dig fairly well. I think you're gonna like this stuff. So let me show it to you. So we're gonna go straight over here to well, first of all, let's see. Hang on, I goofed up. It's this guy right here. So they just came out with the Walnut collection. If you are not familiar, in the 70s, I think they were like in 76-ish or so, they had these walnut topped Les Pauls, and they were really pretty, except personally, I think the new ones look better than the old ones. I don't think, I think the new ones have some more color to them. I don't know. I just feel like they're pretty cool, and they're $25.99, which is, wow. I didn't realize that. Well, hey, if you want to get into a Les Paul for a few bucks less, then you should grab one of these, and it will be unique as well, because not everybody's going to have one. This is pretty cool. Let's see. We've got this is what interests me. I was thinking about buying one of these. The Les Paul Junior double cut in dark walnut. That is sick for $16.99. Looks pretty sweet. And then we've got the SG for $17.99. So I guess it's interesting that I think adds $100 over the other price of the regular one. It's interesting that it must just because the maple top isn't on the Les Paul. And then we have that it's cheaper. And then we have a $24.99 Flying V. And we have a $38.99. These things are always expensive. ES345 with gold hardware. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, so the Les Paul does not have gold hardware. That's interesting. Does the Junior? Yeah, man, I want this Junior. I might call my dude. That's pretty cool. A couple of things I want to mention too is on Gibson on Sweetwater has a few interesting things that I hadn't seen before, and maybe you've seen them because I'm just getting back into looking at new gear every week. So this has obviously been out and has not been, somebody's already seen it before. I'm sure I'm not the only one. First of all, I want to talk about this Gibson ES Supreme. I know this is an expensive guitar. These are not cheap, right? ESs are just not. But look at that color. That's unbelievable. That is an unbelievable color. And I just had to show you that. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. And then here's the other one. I know these are expensive too, but again, here we're going with some premium materials that are kind of above and beyond. Personally, if it was me, I would get the walnut one. I think it looks better. I think this kind of looks like the paneling in your trailer, where you're complaining about how expensive these guitars are from. I just think that I don't like this as much. I like the walnut one, I think, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper than a regular Les Paul. That blows my mind. It must just because of the top quality, I'm sure. Yeah, because what is a regular Les Paul? This is a custom shop top. Let's see. Is anybody going to buy one of these? I want to know. Is anybody going to buy one of these things for $2,000? Looks like something, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of something that somebody would, just looks very amateur. I don't want to offend anyone, but I just feel like at a local guitar show, the guy who's like, yeah, dude, I build guitars. You should check out my guitars. He builds a guitar that looks like this. That's the guy that I would see builds that stuff. And then the other thing I wanted to show y'all real quick. Let's see, where's it at? Here it is. This is available for pre-order. I think everyone should order one of these. $500. This is a Squier, obviously, right? It's the limited edition Paranormal Troublemaker. This thing's cool, man. A bound neck, block inlays, 2 humbuckers, 4 knobs for $500. You know how much you could do with this guitar? This is a guitar that if somebody wanted to buy it and have it sent here, we'd put pickups in it and do a bunch of mods on it. So if you're interested in that, hit me up because this would be a really fun guitar to do this with. I'd buy one, but I don't want to. I just don't want to buy anything right now. I'm just making pickups right now. But this is because I've got a couple other projects. But this is really, really cool. I would definitely. The only thing I don't like is the big Strat peg head on this guitar. I love a big Strat peg head, the 70s peg head. I like it. But it kind of looks funny on this. But I understand why they're doing it. A, they're doing it because these are just leftover necks from something else, probably. And B, because it's a Paranormal, so you got to mix around as much goofy stuff and put it on one guitar as possible. But $500, I think this is really cool. Obviously, you have to pre-order it. It's not there yet, but holy crap, that's wicked cool, man. I dig that thing a lot. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and jump back in the comments now real quick and see if there's anybody chatting about some stuff. That's an ugly red guitar. Yeah, they're a little weird, aren't they? I have a 2016 limited edition LP walnut top. Oh, right on. That's cool. Yeah, I remember the 70s ones. I want to say they were like, it was like 76, 78. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I remember them. And then they had like a stripped down model that was not called a Les Paul. It was just called the Paul. And it was like very, very stripped down. And that reminds me of that same guitar too. It just sort of looks like 70s trailer wood paneling. But I think these new ones are prettier. I think they're better. The old ones did. They looked, well, they were just kind of ugly, to be honest with you. But I really like these new walnut ones. I think they're super cool. Let's see. I think the teddies are interesting, but probably won't buy one. Yeah, I don't think I will either. I'm going to have a set of your PAFs just laying around, not installed in any guitar. I was thinking about getting a Stratosphere Gibson body to put them in. What do you think? Dude, I would do that. Those are cool. Or you could buy that $500 friggin' telly and stick them in there. I mean, sweet too. And it's got 4 knobs and it's $500. Because the Stratosphere stuff's going to cost you some dough. Those are not as cheap as they used to be. They used to be a very economical way to do that. But they're not as much anymore. Let's see. I've got a 78 The Paul walnut. Okay, so it's 78. Okay, I knew it was late 70s, but I couldn't remember exactly. I'd seen a couple of them. Actually, I saw one. I think I was in Myrtle Beach like 5 years ago. Walked into this goofy little store, and I'd never seen one in person. And it was like the nice guitar that they had there, and that was it. Yeah, man. Cool. Let's see. Answer any questions about any of the stuff that I just saw. Talking crap about my The Paul. No, I think they're really cool. I honestly, if I was in a position that day, I would have bought that guitar because I'd never seen one. They're super, I don't want to say they're rare because I don't know how rare they are. And I don't know how necessarily special they are. But at the same time, they're kind of neat. They're kind of neat because they're just different, you know? And if you're not into fancy wood, i.e. like figured tops and all that kind of stuff, then it's a way to save a couple $100 if you just don't mind a brown guitar, because it's just a brown guitar. That's all it is. So, you know, that's for one of those people that's like, I don't care, man. I just play the guitar. It's just a tool. You know, you could be that guy and you could play that guitar. Guitar Zane, maybe I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't Myrtle Beach either. It might have been, honestly, it might have been on the Outer Banks. It might have been, I don't know. I've been all over the place, so it could have been. Why is it that new guitar shapes don't take off anymore, excepting the headless types and Warlocks in the 80s? It's because you don't buy them. It's very simple. If you bought it, and all your friends bought it, and all their friends bought it, then they would sell. That's all there is to it. It's well, there's a couple of reasons. That's the big one, though. You won't buy it. Oh, I want something to change. We need to change everything, man. Like, why do they keep making the stuff the same as it used to be? It's always the same. Okay, here's something cool and new. That's stupid. They should just keep making the stuff they're good at. That's what happens. And the other thing, too, is you got to think about brand recognition, right? Like, what is a brand known for? Are they going to make some whack thing, you know, that doesn't fit with their brand ethos? You know, if I came out with a noiseless Telecaster pickup, that would just be completely bonkers, because I've said for 11 years that I'm never going to make one. I'm not. I won't. Somebody actually just asked me that like an hour ago. Nope, not going to. It's not my thing. I will not do it. Even though people ask me about it all the time, I could probably sell lots of them. I'm not going to. I will not, because it's just not my thing. It's not what we do. It's not part of what we do. It's not what we build our brand around. And so if Les Paul or if Gibson is like, no, we're not going to make pointy guitars because we don't make those anymore. We make the Explorer and we make the V. This is our pointy guitar. Then that makes sense. I get it. I get it. It's brand recognition also. Besides the fact that you don't buy it, you just won't buy them. You know, that's really what it comes. It's the real thing is you won't buy it. That's the real thing. You know, because there will always be something that is more palatable for cheap for the folks that complain that there isn't anything cool, because cool stuff costs money. Okay, that's the other thing, is that developing a new product costs money. And so if it's going to sell For it to sell at volume, a lot of money needs to be invested. We should do a whole podcast on this, but basically when it comes to the cost of scale, you can't just like cut out a piece and be like, hey man, we made a new thing, check it out. It doesn't work like that. Gibson has a really good, Gibson's very good at this actually, where they do the $50,000 guitar or however much it is. And then they do like the $12,000 guitar version of it. And then they do the $5,000 guitar version of it. And they keep making more and more and more and more. It kind of like mushrooms out in production. And then it comes down to the normal production model for, you know, $3,200 or $2,700 or whatever. That's the normal, you know, production Les Paul that's kind of special or whatever. And then it filters down to Epiphone at even higher volume. But they do that to test. And if it doesn't do anything, then they have, there's a whole lot less engineering that goes into it. Because it's not just we have the Les Paul design already. It's when we change colors, when we change pickups, when we change whatever, we have to get all of the manufacturing processes do change. All of the supply is a big one. So all of the supply chain stuff changes, and they have to get all that stuff in place. They have to make sure that they have the volume available. They have to make sure that they can get it at the correct margins. All that stuff has to be figured out. So you're paying a team of people to figure all that stuff out. I know because I do it too, but I'm just me. And so that's why I can do it, but it's a lot smaller because I have a lot less money invested. So, you know, it's a whole thing when you come out with a new shape. And so if they're even a little bit not sure if somebody's going to not buy it or not, they're just not going to make it, you know? So that's a really key thing to think about. Super chat. Good night, everyone. Work early tomorrow. All right. Thanks, Ivan. I appreciate it. Yeah, we won't be too much longer here. But I just wanted to see that. I don't need another guitar, but I do need a P90 guitar. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need another P90 guitar. Everybody needs a P90 guitar. Oh, hey, you know what the other thing just came out? This is not, I don't want to say it's not guitar related because it's very much guitar related. But I'm really proud of these. Speaking of wasting a lot of money on materials and goofing around and figuring out what I'm going to do to come out with something. Oh, hang on. Another super chat. Keeping it ad free. Thank you so much. Yeah, we keep all our live streams ad free. I forgot to tell you that at the top. Okay, hang on. So let me show you something. I'm kind of proud of this. I know this is kind of dumb for those of you that are here to just talk about guitar gears or nothing else and blah, blah, blah. But we got two things that I'm super stoked about. We got the Dylan Talks Tone bottle opener, which is pretty sweet. I dig that. And then the other thing I just came out with today is we've got these dump trays. So you can put, you know, your pocket knife and your guitar picks. I'm not guaranteeing that you'll never lose a guitar pick again, but it'll probably cut down on it quite a bit. And so far, we have the Les Paul, we have the Strat, and we have the Telly engraved in the bottom of those. And those things are pretty sweet. They're really, really high quality leatherette stuff, super nice. And yeah, kind of fun. Just a, you know, just a fun thing. So I just wanted to share that with you. It's on the website now. And yeah, there you go. Well, I guess that's it. That's all I've got for tonight. There's only a couple of things since we did this last Monday night. We're going to keep doing it probably on Sunday night. Just take a few minutes and chat about the new gear. If you use the links in the description, it'll help the channel out. Thanks for the couple super chats, keeping us ad-free. I appreciate it very much. Please go check out DylanTalksTone.com for your pickup needs. And some of that special order stuff, we're actually not marking it up very much. It's just a limited number that we're making of this stuff. So super cool because a lot of it is, it's very, very labor intensive for me to do, but it's also fun. So I'm really enjoying it. And the creative side of some of the pickups that we're making right now is super fun. I mean, obviously the tones there, that doesn't matter, but just, you know, cosmetically for your cool, unique guitar that nobody else is going to have that. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out. And we will see you tomorrow in our next video.